Good evening, LeFlore County, and welcome to LeFlore County Post first full broadcast. I'm David.
And I'm Nikki. Tonight, we're going to be looking back at last week's events, news, and as always, sports. We're also going to be looking ahead at this week's weather. According to a press release from the LeFlore County Sheriff's Department, deputies responded to a shooting east of Spiro. Deputies arrived and spoke to victims outside of Racetrack Loop in Spiro. When deputies spoke to victim Brian Simpson, Simpson had a makeshift tourniquet above his right knee and was bleeding from an apparent gunshot wound on his right shin. Simpson advised that a female named Angie Stroud had shot him at the residence on Racetrack Loop. Simpson and another female named Courtney Lewis had been passengers in a truck driven by a man named Christopher Barnes. After a heated argument, Stroud appeared on the front porch with a rifle and began shooting at the truck. One round came through the front windshield of the truck and struck Simpson in the right shin. Simpson says he was in a fetal position in the floorboard with his knees up to his chest in an attempt to protect his torso. Barnes backed into a tree, attempting to get away, and then pulled forward through the yard to escape. Evidence obtained at the scene shows that 7 rounds struck Barnes' truck, and it appears that Barnes, Simpson, and Lewis were fleeing from the residence when Stroud began firing at them. During the search warrant service, a quantity of marijuana and methamphetamines were discovered, along with a marijuana plant. Terry Angela Stroud was placed under arrest and transported to the LeFlore County Detention Center, where she was booked on 3 counts of assault and battery with a deadly weapon, cultivation of marijuana, possession of marijuana, and possession of methamphetamines. Simpson was transported by ambulance to Mercy Medical Center, where he was treated and released for a gunshot wound to his right shin. Stroud is currently being held in the detention center on a $365,000 bond.
This morning, Representative Lundy Kiger presented a request at the LeFlore County Commissioners meeting. Kiger requested the commissioners place a hold on all requests for right-of-ways and line easements in the area of Highway 112 between Cameron and Poto. Kiger has concerns about the new larger poultry barns coming into the area. Kiger states that he has always been a supporter of the poultry industry and will continue to support them. He and several constituents fear that such a large concentration of new poultry houses could have an adverse effect on the quality of life and property in that area. Due to these unknown effects, Kiger has requested this hold until a comprehensive study can be done. The request was approved by all commissioners at the meeting. County Commissioner Lance Smith told the LeFlore County Post that he worries about what the construction of these new houses could do to the updates they have done to Highway 112. This is a project we're really proud of, stated Smith, and there will be no section line easements or right-of-ways approved until this comprehensive study can be done. Landowners Crystal Coyle and Mary Willingham share concerns about the new mega houses coming into their area, stating there is already a major strain on their water. Land value and pollution are also a great concern for neighboring landowners. Representative Kiger hopes to facilitate a roundtable discussion with all involved. Kiger stated that he wants a win-win solution to come from these discussions.
On Thursday, September 12th, there was a major drug bust in Talihina. Since January of 2019, Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics and the District 16 Narcotics Task Force, assisted by the Talihina Police Department, have conducted an investigation into methamphetamine distributed in the Talihina and LeFlore County area. During the course of the investigation, agents identified more than 20 defendants allegedly responsible for moving and selling as much as 3 to 5 pounds of methamphetamine into Talihina and other parts of southeastern Oklahoma on a weekly basis. On Thursday morning, agents and officers began serving arrest warrants for those individuals. OBN spokesman said smaller communities like Talihina face the same types of drug issues that are impacting large cities in Oklahoma. OBN is committed to working with our local law enforcement partners to target and eliminate these drug trafficking organizations that threaten the peace and safety of rural Oklahoma. Woodward also says that agents and officers fanned out with 24 arrest warrants just after 6 a.m. Thursday morning. These locations where the warrants were served were Talihina and other areas of LeFlore County. Woodward said that 21 defendants have been located and arrested. Agents identified 38-year-old Bobby Garman as the alleged primary leader of the methamphetamine tracking organization. Woodward says Garman was arrested by OBN on September 10th in Talihina. Participating agencies included agents and officers from OBN, Narcotics Task Force 16, Talihina Police Department, Oklahoma Highway Patrol, Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, Park Rangers, Drug Enforcement Administration, and the Poto Police Department. All but 3 on the list were arrested on that day. Those arrested were booked into the LeFlore County Center.
We had some really great football Friday night, some hard-hitting games. Arcoma's now 2-0 with a big win over Weber's Falls with a score of 28-6. Heavener and Panama faced off on Friday with the Hogs trampling the Wolves 35-14. Pecola Indians fell to Central in a high-scoring game of 49-69. Spiro went to Hartshorn and came home with a big W with 33-20. The Muldrow Bulldogs went to Roland and lost by the skin of their teeth with a score of 14-12. And lastly, the Poto Pirates plundered McAllister with a huge 33-3 win. With some huge plays all night, the Pirates seem to be finding their groove with Coach Warner's new hard-nosed running offense. With a 2-1 overall, with their only loss being to El Reno, Poto takes Port and Sallisaw this week to hopefully bring home that 3rd W.
And now for this week's weather. Tuesday through Thursday stay pretty much the same, mostly sunny with a high of 95 and a low of around 70. Friday, we're expecting scattered thunderstorms with a high of 87 and a low of 71. Looking ahead at more great events in LeFlore County this week. The Poto Chamber of Commerce will be hosting the Business Women's Summit on September 20th. Last week was a very exciting week for events in LeFlore County. Rumble in the Mountain Biker Rally was kicked off Thursday night, September 12th, with a concert from Ray Hoffman and the Asphalt Cowboys. Billy Ray dusted off that guitar and showed us he's still got it. Local high school talent Macy Page opened up for Billy Ray and the Asphalt Cowboys, and man, did she put on a good show. There was no shortage of good food that night, with newest chamber member Horsepen Ranch Chuck Wagon serving up some barbecue tacos and all the fixings. That's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us on our very first broadcast of the LeFlore County Post. Don't forget to click below to subscribe so you don't miss anything. We'll see you on Friday.
Good night, LeFlore County.